Right. Sorry about that. My internet, as I did say, would die. It's no good. Honestly, it's one of those days, isn't it? I've got to try and do this, but yeah, the internet's going to play me up. Right. Anyway, let's try this again. I don't apologise if the internet goes again, but I do come back. I always promise I come back. Right. Big up to Chris. Big up, mate. I don't know if StreamYard will save my comments. Do you want to? I don't know if I'll be able to stream properly yet, but never mind. I don't know if I'll be awake for the stream. No worries, mate. I'll send challenge and prediction in comments or by WhatsApp. As for WhatsApp, I apologise. I know people have messaged me and I haven't got back to people. I will eventually. I promise. I always reply when I can. But yeah, right. You've done a challenge, right? I will explain that it's a retro challenge today, but because you've done it, I will score it later anyway. Your prediction is 3-0 to the Arsenal. Big up to Temi saying evening. Day-long intro. Big up to Mons. Deflated mood. Don't even know what to expect now with half the team injured. I'm slightly concerned with what he's going to pick now as well. I'm slightly worried that he's arrogant enough to think that this Party Rice Marino midfield is going to work. I don't think it will. They're the wrong type of midfielders to put all together early. Yeah, to be honest, for a stream this is early. I'm always awake early anyway, but yeah, it's an early stream. Intro as always. I know you love it, mate. No presenter, best idea. Stunning you. I do love Seattle, to be fair. Figures asleep. Yeah, no face as he's in. No, never replies on WhatsApp. Yeah, I do eventually. It might take me a few days, weeks, sometimes months in some cases, but I do reply eventually. I do. Anyway, because my internet died, I've now lost my. There we go. My slides. Perfect. Right. So obviously we're playing Shakhtar tonight at 8:00 kickoff for Prime Video for people that don't know. But yes, this is the form guide for Shakhtar. Decent form, 4 wins out of 5. I'm not even going to try and say their names, but you can see it very clearly there who they've beaten and who they've drawn. I am not going to try and say a single one of them because I am going to demolish their names. But Arsenal, yeah. Bournemouth game was atrocious. There's literally nothing I can say about it. Yeah, we just need to, like I said, Arteta needs to be less arrogant where he thinks that trio of midfielders will work, because seriously, it's ridiculous. Years is a little bit harsh. You've not messaged me for a long time, have you? I'm pretty sure you haven't. Yeah. I bet you haven't messaged me for ages. I'm sure you haven't. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I've just found you, you sod. Sod you are. Right, so there you go. Right, so this is how we're all doing. So obviously we're third with 5 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. Goals scored per game is 1.9. Goals conceded is 1. Chances created per game is 3.6. Clean sheets is 3. Shakhtar are 4th. They've won 6, drawn 1, lost 2. Goals scored 2.6 per game. Goals conceded 0.9. Chances created 3.5 for clean sheets. Obviously, you can do a comparison between the leagues and the quality, and that's fine. But Shakhtar are not going to be that easy. They haven't performed very well in the Champions League as of yet. But, they occasionally do a really good performance and can cause an upset now and then. So, yeah. Hack the cameras. Now it's showing a skyline above London. I promise this is definitely Seattle at the moment in the background. I do love Seattle. It's one of my favourite cities in the world. Right, injury list, never good, but it's getting better. we'll start with Shakhtar. Pusankov is out. For Arsenal, Tierney, Odegaard, Tomiyasu are out. Saka is a doubt, and Timber is a doubt, but everyone else is available or close to available. So yeah, that's that. Right, now let's get into my 5 to watch for Shakhtar. But yeah, here we go. Okay, we'll start with the first one. He is centre back. His name is Bondar. He's a very strong. He's very good in the air. He does have an error in him, so defensively, a little bit suspect. But from set pieces, he is going to be a problem. So he is someone that we need to pick up tonight, definitely from set pieces. Now, Pedrino, he is more of an attacking midfielder and plays on the wing, but at the moment he is also playing left back. So you can imagine a winger being a left back, bit suspect defensively, but going forward he is going to be a problem. So we need to be aware of that. But yeah, so Pedrino is someone to keep an eye out tonight for. Krishiekev, hard-working midfielder. Got a very good pass, can see a good pass as well, can cut through you very easily with a pass. So he is someone to watch out for, hard tackler as well. But yeah, Krishiekev is another one. Aguinaldo, he is a 20-year-old Brazilian. Looks like he could be one of those that will make it in the bigger league in Europe at some point in his career. He's only 20 at the moment, so he's still got some time. But again, attacking midfielder. He might not start, but if he was to come off the bench, he is someone to keep an eye out for because he is dangerous on his day. And Sudakov, yeah, you can see why so many clubs want him. Now, he hasn't set the Champions League on fire, if I'm honest, in the games that he has played in the Champions League, but then Shakhtar haven't. So, yeah, it's one of those where you can't just put it down to one player. It's kind of they're just not performing very well for whatever reason. I don't know why, but yeah, in the league, 7 goals, 2 assists in 9 games. He's not even a forward. He's an attacking midfielder. So if we were going no stats from Odegaard or Saka, we'd be raving. So yeah, very good player indeed. Will Arsenal appeal the Saliba red card? It is down to the club. I don't think it's worth it personally. Comparing it to Chelsea, Liverpool, totally different for me. So yeah, it's you can compare it, but they are 2 very different instances. One where the actual incident took place, how close another defender was, and the direction of the ball. So there's a lot to consider. It's very different. And for me, it's not worth it. It's a red card. Just take a one match ban, because if you appeal, you can also increase the match ban. So it's really not worth the risk, in my opinion. So yeah, it's probably just best not to get into it, to be honest. Right. The important battles that I think will happen tonight. Thomas Partey, obviously our bouncer, he needs to be awake. No one really performed very well against Bournemouth, and I thought he was quite sloppy, if I'm honest. So at some instances, you can actually see his age showing, which is never great. But as I have said before that, he has been doing very well in other games. But Bournemouth game, no one turned up. No one had a good performance, in my opinion. So, yeah, Thomas Partey needs to turn up tonight. For their bouncer, it's Taras Stepanenko. Now, he is 35, and I've been told that there's a good chance he might start tonight. So I've gone with him. His stats are weak because he only comes off the bench in the league at the moment, but he has appeared in the Champions League. So I think maybe they're just saving him for the Champions League because of his experience, maybe. But yeah, but his passing average, as you can see, is 95%, which is incredible. But yeah, he's someone that he is there going to be their bouncer if he starts, but he can be got at, and that's where we need to make sure that we've got someone that's creative that pushes him and gives him a bit of a nightmare night, if I'm honest. Goalkeepers, David Raya, his passing actually is actually getting worse, which is never good. It's meant to be going up, not down. Goals prevented, not looking good. As I said, no one had a great day against Bournemouth, but he has done some amazing saves before that. So I have to be honest and say that he's been very good saving wise, but yeah, he was a little bit dodgy, if I'm honest, against Bournemouth. Rizniak, I think that's how you say his name, is the Shakhtar goalkeeper. His passing is incredible. He doesn't fill you with great confidence in goal, shot stopping wise. Yeah, he's one of those, but he's doing all right. But he's someone that you can put under pressure and hopefully get an error out of. Right, icing on the top. Obviously, I've had to change the magic maker because there's a chance that Saka won't play. Odegaard's out. The next person who's got assists, the most assists, is Martinelli. So Martinelli's in there. But we'll go with the icing on top first. Kai, 4 goals in 8 games in the Premier League. He's working hard and doing all he can do, but he's not a striker. So, you know, I will always protect him when it comes to this, but he is our main striker and he's doing what he can. Sudakov is obviously their top goal scorer. Again, not a striker. I can't think of his name, who plays up front, begins with an S, but I can't think of it. But yes, that's their main striker, but he is obviously their biggest goal threat, Sudakov. So I've obviously put him in there. 24% goal conversion, ain't bad. Goals 7 in 9. So yeah, and he's also their magic maker as well. 2 assists in 9 games. Key price is 1.8 compared to, well, this is unfair, slightly unfair because obviously Martinelli is like the 3rd on the list behind Odegaard and Saka. So obviously his stats aren't the greatest because he's not the main magic maker, because we've lost our 2 main magic makers. So yeah, that's that. Let's have a look. I'm sorry, but Waneri has to start this game. Yeah, I'm in agreement, mate. I'm definitely not going to disagree with you on that one. I think he has to. I think he should have started against Bournemouth, but as per usual, he started off well with the trust, and it seems to have evaporated very quickly. And he'll just let the player take the blame and let fans just say, "Oh, he's too weak." He's not weak. He's not weak at all. Because this is what I'm reading. I'm hearing so many stupid stuff saying, "Oh, Waneri looks so weak. It's so easily pushed off the ball." Shut up. You're just trying to protect Arteta for some bizarre reason. I'm not going to protect him because there's no need to. He does well in certain areas, and for me, in other areas, he's lacking. That is nothing wrong with me saying that. Anyway, let's get into your teams. Obviously, I've not managed to ask the Armory because I didn't know what time I could do this. So I've asked my other group. And this is what they've come up with. Okay, so we're going to start with the first team. Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Partey, Rice, Waneri, Jesus, Martinelli, and Havertz. I've got absolutely zero issue with this. If this is our starting lineup, I'll be delighted. I'll be like, yep, now lads, it's your job. Because that's the right balance. the right balance for me. I think Sterling needs to play a bit more part, but bit part at the moment until he gets his confidence up, because obviously you can see his confidence is lacking from his Chelsea days, and you can't keep putting him in the deep end for him to try and swim when it's clearly not working at the moment. So, yeah, I think take Sterling out the firing line for the moment. But this one easily an 8. Obviously, I can't do a 9 because our team's nowhere near strong enough for that. So an 8 for me. The next team: Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Timber, Rice, Trossard, Waneri on the right, Martinelli and Jesus. 7. I've got no issues with Waneri playing on the right. It's the Kivior. Kivior has not filled me with much confidence in the last few games, if I'm honest, every time I've seen him. I know he wants to leave. I know he wants to go to Italy. I don't care what people want to say in the Arsenal journo world. They will say whatever they're asked to say. I won't tell they're told to say it, but they're definitely asked to say it. So, yeah, Kivior is one foot out the door for me. I think he just wants to go back to Italy. Let him go back to Italy. So, yeah. That gets a 7. Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Partey, Rice, Havertz, Jesus, Martinelli, and Trossard. No issues with that. 8. Easy 8. Neto, Calafiori, Saliba, Gabriel. Bleh. God. Can I score it a 5? I'm going to score it. God. Yeah, that's a 5. What the hell is anyone putting Zinchenko in for? But yeah, 5. Raya, Nichols, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Rice, Marino, Havertz, Waneri, Sterling, and Trossard. 7. I got it. No issues with Nichols. 7. Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Partey, Marino, Waneri, Sterling, Trossard, Havertz. That's more of an 8. I've got no issues with that. As much as I don't think Sterling should start, if he was, I wouldn't be that bothered. Marino dropping out Rice. Yeah, Rice, could do with a break. He hasn't been great either. £100 million signing, not having a few good games is not a great sign, if I'm honest. And the final 2: Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, Marino, Rice, Waneri, Jesus, Trossard, Havertz. 8. Got no Mason, because obviously it's quite a big change. Timber going at left back, Marino being this DM, Rice, Waneri, because Rice and Marino could switch or be the double pivot. Yeah, that's an 8. Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Partey, Marino, Trossard, Martinelli, Sterling, and Jesus. That's an 8 as well. I'm quite chill with that, if I'm honest. Zinchenko won't start for my alternatives. Well, that just tells you everything, mate. This is Temi's. Raya, Cala, Galiba, Kivior, Rice, Marino, Waneri, Jesus, Trossard, Havertz. Again, I was just going to have to score you a 7 just because of the Kivior thing. I just don't think his mentality's right at the moment. So for me, I don't want to see him in the pitch. I'll be honest. Sterling must never play again until he's sold in China. Well, all I will say at the moment is definitely not working out, is it? It's a shame, but it's definitely not working out. But hey ho, it is what it is. Right, let's get on to the challenge and then we can get into the predictions as well. Okay, so it is retro challenge today. So it's choose 6 from the Arsenal, 5 from the opposition. Any player from the squad list can be selected. That includes subs, even if they're not even being used. You can use it any from I think it's like 18 players, I think, think that's about right. One defender, one midfielder, one forward from the opposition must be chosen. Once you select a player, you cannot swap him. Formation of the home team is always selected. So obviously it's Arsenal's formation, so it's going to make it nice and simple for you. Right, so these are the teams. I've gone with, I think this is 2010, 2011 season, I believe. I think we won 5-1, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. So yeah. So Arsenal team was Fabianski, Iboue, Squillaci, Giroud, Clichy, Song, Wilshere, Rosicky, Fabregas, Nasri, and Shamak. On the subs bench was Szczesny, Diaby, Walcott, Danielson, Arshavin, Gibbs, and Bentner. So yeah, not a bad team, but not a great one either, if I'm honest. But yeah, the Shakhtar team, I would go through them. But no, I think I'll be all right. I just probably won't go through some of the subs because that final one is going to give me a nightmare. So Piatov, Cerner, Kucher, Rakitsky, Rat, Gay, Hubschman, Mkhitaryan, Alex Teixeira, Villian, and Luis Adriano. Decent team, you know. Some of those players, I'm sure some people wouldn't have minded in their own team sometimes. But yeah. That was the team. Those are the two teams for you to choose from. I'm going to leave them up there for a little bit longer so you can have a look and pick the team that you want to pick. But yeah, obviously Cerner now is high ranking at Shakhtar. So yeah, he's definitely got Shakhtar in his blood. And Fabregas is now Como manager. So, you know, shows how much things change in what, 13 years? 13 years ago this happened. But yeah, I think that's enough time for you guys to have chosen your teams. If not, you can always pause it and come back to it. Put it in the comments as well if you're watching this on playback, because I'm more than happy to go through them. Right, Chris, your score will be done against these. So yeah, that's the best way of doing it. Okay. Oleg went with Szczesny, Iboue. He's funny. How do you even say that name? Churinitsky. Yeah, that would have to do. Rakitsky, Clichy, Hubschman, Guy, Nasri, Rosicky, Arshavin, and Luis Adriano. Max score I can give is 8, I think, on these ones. 7. Okay. 7 for Oleg. Okay. Rinat went with Szczesny, Iboue, Churinitsky, Giroud, Rat, Cerner, Fabregas, Nasri, Villian, Rosicky, and Luis Adriano. Sorry. I'm sorry, Rinat.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so.
Yeah, not happening. Just not happening. Oh God. God. If it wasn't 8 o'clock in the morning, I'd be turning to drink. But what on earth is it? No, I get that it was a hard task, right? Our centre back pairing was awful, and to be fair, if you picked either of them, you would have been doomed. But no, Giroud definitely not happening. But yeah, prediction: a hopeful 1-0 win to boost confidence. I'm going for a free kick goal by whoever takes it. Autofail graphic is lit. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been looking forward to use that because I actually made that myself. I was like, "Way!" But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. But I'm not happy that I'm having to choose it. But sorry, Rinat, but Giroud, no, just no. No. Even if we were doing a classic from Arsenal versus, I don't know, I can't think of anyone right now off the top of my head. Dagenham and Redbridge, right? I still wouldn't want you to see a Pikajuru at defence. It's just not on. Right, let's do Chris's team. Obviously, 8 is the maximum that you can get. Right, so he's gone with Raya, White, Gabriel, Matvienko, Timber, Rice, Sudakov, Pedrino, Subkov, Traore, and Trossard. I like that. Yeah, that's an 8. That's an 8. I could. No, I said 8 would be maximum, so 8 is what I'm going to stick with. I'm going to stick with 8. Right, so score predictions. Obviously, Temmie's gone with 1-0. Chris has gone with 3-0. If you're watching this on playback, please do put them in the comments. I will always write them down so you can see if anyone got it right. What do I think? If Arteta does the free midfield that we did against Bournemouth, I think it will be a very tough win. If we go with Waneri or even Trossard or Havertz in that creative role, then I think we could possibly win like 3-1. I do think we'll concede. I think defensively something's not quite right. Obviously, we can put a bit of blame on the midfield as well for that, because if they're not doing their job, then obviously they're getting through the midfield and our defence is at 6s and 7s. But yeah, 3-1 if we have a creative outlet. But if not, it could just have to be like a 1-0. Could even be a 1-1. We could seriously get Elgin off face tonight. But yeah, for people that don't, tell me, I couldn't tell you how to watch it, mate. I'll be honest. I hope you've got because obviously in England, normally we watch stuff through Sky or ITV or whatever. But tonight it's on Amazon Prime Video. I don't know if that's the same for you, Temmie. But yeah, so for anyone that's watching in the UK, Amazon Prime is the way to watch it tonight. I hope we never see that. Oh, so do I, mate. Honestly, they're 3 good players, right? I'm not knocking any of them. I'm not saying any of them are bad. But why on earth does any club want that kind of midfield? The main place to win a battle in a football match is the midfield. And we just went for 3 Mitchell brothers from EastEnders. Like, seriously, what the hell? It was horrendous. And that is the reason why we lost as well. It wasn't, and possibly even why we actually went down to 10 men, because just nothing clicked at all. Everything was off. It was just not comfortable watch. I didn't enjoy the game. I'd never thought that we were possibly going to get back into it. Yeah, exactly. It was just, yeah. I'm not knocking any of their talent, right? Marino, Partey, Rice, good individually. But as a free, as your only midfield, even if he went for 4 in midfield, right? And went for like 2 forwards or something like that. As long as we had someone creative there, we would have been fine. Having a free midfield with that, and then having Waneri and having Havertz up front, that could have possibly worked. But we didn't do that. We were like totally none and void of any creative spark. And that's down to Arteta. It's no one else. You can say, oh, yeah, but Odegaard's out. Oh, Saka's got a knock. Yeah, we've also got Waneri. And you also sent Fabio Vieira out on loan, and you sold Smith Rowe. So, and the reason Smith Rowe was sold, before anyone jumps on me, oh, but he was sold. Yeah, because Arteta never played him, so Emile never felt that he would ever get a chance at Arsenal, which was clearly not happening. So, that still falls back on Arteta. And it's the other thing that really knocks me off, Temmie. I'm sorry, I'm going to have a bit of a mini rant, because I saw something yesterday and it really got me. Arsenal have only lost 1 game this season, and we've been down to 3. We've got 3 cards already, but we've only lost 1 game. We actually lost 7 points. 7 points. That's what's happened. Those 3 cards have cost us 7 points, because we were 1-0 up against Brighton, got the red card, drew that. Beat Man City, we went down to 10 men. What happened? We lost 2. We ended up drawing. So that's another 2 points we lost. And then Bournemouth lost, didn't get a single point. So that's 7 points we've lost already. It's not one game. We've lost 7 points. That is 2 games and a bit. That's not good enough. I've seen games, and I you know me, I watch a lot of other games, and I do it as a non-bias. I've seen games, and I will keep on pouting about this Newcastle game, but Liverpool went down to 10 men. They were 1-0 down, and they won the game. Not only did they turn it around and sort it out with just 10 men, they won the game against Newcastle with 10 men. It was incredible. That is good coaching. That is a good setup. There are going to be questions with Arteta, and if we epically fail this season to win anything, the big question will be on his head. Some of the players, yes, and rightly so, but him specifically. So that's my little mini rant. Sorry, people. I needed it. Because honestly, people are just, I swear, try to wind me up. Really do think they just want to wind me up. But anyway, have a good evening. Have a good day. Temi, take it easy. Stay safe. People on X, thank you very much for watching. We've got over 80 people watching already for 8:25 in the morning. That is very good. But yes, I will be back tomorrow at some point. I've literally no idea. I couldn't tell you exactly when I'm going to be back tomorrow with the match reaction, but it will be tomorrow at some point. And then I've got to work out when I'm doing the Liverpool preview. I will have to message Chris to see if I can arrange something with him, because obviously he's a Liverpool fan. See if I can get him on. But yeah. Enjoy the rest of your day. Guys, I'm out of here. Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.